It was scary. Now, I'm telling you, you can get mad. You can disagree with me. You can say whatever you want. You can protect your team. You can do whatever you want to do. That Houston Texans defense is not someone you want to face, period. Period. They are telling you what I'm going to do and saying you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do. I can make your offensive line submit to me. Y'all think I'm kidding? This is what I seen, King Safe. And I sent you the text last night saying y'all do not match up well with the Houston Texans. Your strength of your team, New England, is your offense. It's not your defense. Now don't get it twisted. Your defense put on a display. Your defense put on a display a few days ago like I've never seen before. That's great. And it may do the same thing again. And then I say, now you're in the Houston Texans type of game. A dog out, drag out, defensive, ugly game. And they're good at it. They're good at it. I mean, so I'm just telling you right now, Houston Texans, you may have something. You may have something. Look, I haven't seen Seattle play yet. I haven't seen Denver play yet. I don't know what different twists and turns they put into their defense. But that defense last night was the best defense I've seen in a very long time. Now, I see all you guys out there, mostly New England fans, disagreeing with me. But if you're a football fan, and you've seen that last night, that is nothing. I know Pittsburgh fans are going to say, oh, Arthur Smith sucked. They coach sucked. It didn't matter what your coach did last night. It did not matter. You couldn't do anything. And I mean, you couldn't do anything. You try screen passes. Nope. You try short passes. Nope. How about we go deep? Nope. I'm not giving you nothing. Nothing. That reminds me of the 2001 Baltimore Ravens. It does. I'm not giving you jack. Cody, you weren't going to beat them, dude. Cody, you couldn't beat the defense. Let it go. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I don't give a damn how you think you could have called better plays. I watched the defense just smother a team. They just smother. Oh, we could have called better plays. We could have did this. No, you couldn't. What? What were you going to do? You tried everything. I even said, look, start throwing the ball to the tight end. Start throwing the ball to fry move. No, Aaron Rodgers don't have time. I don't have time to throw the ball. I got 1.5 seconds, and they on my ass. How you going to run a play like that? We could run the ball. Nope. They stopped that quickly. Nothing. You ain't running the ball. So what could you possibly call, Cody? If you can't get time to throw the ball, what can you call? I don't understand how y'all didn't see this. Is it really to a point where we just look at football as what we like, not what we see? I saw it. When they scored a defensive touchdown, I stopped watching the game. It was over. You couldn't move the ball. You can't do anything. Yeah, Cody, it doesn't matter. You did not have time to throw. You did not have time to throw. You just didn't, man. Yeah, look, I don't give a damn what quarterback it is. If you ain't got time to throw, it doesn't matter. You don't have time to throw. I'm just trying to get you. Drake May will not have time to throw at all. He ain't going to be able to run. This is going to be a doggish fight. Now, I'm going to tell y'all these things because it's my job to tell you. I don't care if you don't believe me, and I don't care if you disagree with me. I saw what I saw. I mean, I saw what I saw. And you can think of all these different things that a coach could have did. I saw what I saw. You ain't convincing me. Ain't nobody convincing me. You come up on this panel and tell me all the stats you want. I saw what I saw. I mean, like it's just simple as that. I mean, like I'm just trying to get you guys to understand. If you didn't see what I seen last night, I don't know what you was watching. Maybe you was watching something else. They wouldn't give you nothing. I think Frisbo just put it in the audience, put it in the what's called, you had 175 yards of offense. 175 yards? I don't know if y'all look, it is what it is. Listen, guys, before I bring this panel up, I don't want to stay on this game for the whole show. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand what I seen in the Texans defense last night is not an anomaly. These guys are really that goddamn good. And I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna tell y'all straight up. In the offseason, when I seen the Houston Texans putting all that money on their defense, all that money, I said the Houston Texans will be the best defense this year. And they have not disappointed. I'm telling you, if they play like they played last night against New England, you're going home. It's just that simple. You're going home. Like it's you unfortunately, a Cinderella season, you have to run into somebody like the Texans. I was hoping like hell that the New England Patriots did not have to run into the Texans. This is the one team that can cause major problems for New England. Don't worry about it. They can cause major problems for Buffalo too, and Denver. Does not matter who left. So if y'all didn't see that last night and y'all seen something different, you come on the panel and make a fool out of yourself. But everybody in the world saw that last night. There ain't no coach, not Andy Reid, not Mahomes, nobody could have did anything against that defense last night. They didn't miss assignments. They were everywhere. Linebackers were where they're supposed to be. Cornerbacks was where they're supposed to be. Linemen was where their gap protection was where it's supposed to be. Everything was where it was supposed to be. How you going to move the ball on that? You try everything, it doesn't matter. You got 1.5 seconds to throw the ball. My offensive line suck. They make your offensive line suck. I ain't taking shit away from Houston on this because what I seen on a defensive display last night, like I told y'all, that just reminded me of the 2001 Baltimore Ravens. You couldn't do nothing. I mean, I'm just saying, Cody, you can get rid of Arthur Smith. I mean, I'm not saying Arthur Smith is a good or bad good offensive coordinator. That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about last night. Last night, Arthur Smith could do it. What are you going to do? What play you going to call? You still got to block the damn people that's rushing you. What are you going to do? They gave you chances. Couldn't capitalize on them. And then after that, they just stopped giving you chances. I mean, offensively, what did they? Nothing. They don't have to do anything offensively. I've seen this before. I mean, like, I've seen this before. I don't understand. The Baltimore Ravens 2001 team, offensive sucked. Didn't do shit. Ran the ball here and there, got some first downs here and there, kicked some field goals. The defense was just stifling. So y'all can say what you want to say. I'm going to bring a panel up and I'm going to let you guys say what y'all want to say on this game. And then we're going to move on because I want to talk about the 49ers and I want to talk about the Chicago Bears. They won. And I want to talk about the Buffalo Bills. I want to talk about the winning teams over the weekend. But I want to talk about this game right now. And all I'm saying is, and I'm saying it for the record, and I'm saying it on the SWAGHOLLIC Sports Show, New England, you have a problem. Yeah, and you can't even call Houston because Houston is the problem. Just telling y'all right now. So talk all your shit. Talk all your shit you want. Good luck with that. Hold on. Joe's, hold on, man. Hold on, sweetheart. Hold on just a second, all right? Y'all guys, I see y'all in the panel. Y'all just hold on for a second, all right? I have people asking me to come up that I don't know. So when I do that, I have to pause so I can see if these people are the right people. And it is what it is. I'm trying to get a mixture of Pittsburgh fans up here with Houston fans as well, and keep the integrity of my show as well. So y'all just hang tight. Shit, what happened? So just hold on, because I want to hear this. I want to hear some stuff, and I'm telling you guys straight up. Hold on. It's somebody different. Hold on, Dom. What's going on?
Hey.
Hello.
You hear
Hello.
me? Can you hear
Dom,
me?
hold on, wait a minute, Dom. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Hold on, it's me. Dom, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, just letting you know, it's as far as anything goes on this show, but just do not say the N-word. No N-word at all. Other than that, we're good to go. I'm trying to get a mixture of Pittsburgh fans up here with Houston fans, but we're not talking fandom, and we're not talking anything other than hold on, New England fans. I see you out there too. I'm gonna bring you up. I promise you, because I'm gonna be interchanging the panel today. Just letting you guys know, so y'all hang tight, don't leave. Did y'all hear my introduction?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's on y'all. Y'all disagree. Y'all are welcome to disagree. You're welcome to say anything you want to say, because you can't tell me what my eyes didn't see. So
I missed the intro, apparently. What'd you say?
I was telling them that the Houston Texans defense is smothering. It's scary. It reminds me of the 2001 Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens, I said the same thing.
They don't give you shit. Like, they don't give you nothing. And I don't give a damn who the coach and offensive coordinator was last night. It wouldn't matter. These boys are playing disciplined football. They playing together. They playing. I counted myself, especially in the second half. My boy Aaron Rodgers had 1 minute and 1.5 seconds to throw the ball. 1.5. That's it. That's what you get. I don't know how the hell you're gonna be. I don't know how the hell you're gonna do
Yeah.
this. I mean,
anytime your defense can score just as much as your offense, it's a problem.
And that's true, John. You know what they're saying? They're saying, well, the Houston Texans don't have offense, so
their defense has offense.
So I'm convinced now. I'm convinced, but I'm gonna let you guys have it. Joe, tell me what you got, baby.
I was going to say, I won't beat a dead horse, because y'all been hearing me say the same thing for like weeks now. But maybe people will get what I'm saying when I say that this is a defense first team. You get what I mean? And it literally doesn't matter what our offense does. Like, we're building a foundation right now, right? Like, D'Amico's a defensive coach. He fine-tuned his defense to the point where now during this off season, our offense gets to, sit back and improve, and, CJ gets to develop in peace. You get what I mean? Because, like, it doesn't matter if he gets 4 turnovers a game like Justin Herbert. It don't matter. Like, he can do what he wants. It's about the defense. And the sooner y'all realize that, the, less you'll get your feelings hurt.
That shit was crazy, dude. That dude turned the ball over in the wheel. I mean, like, fumble, don't matter. You ain't get no first down anyway. Fumble, don't matter. I mean, like, that's just crazy shit to me. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm like, let me explain to y'all why I'm laughing. Because last night I had some money on Pittsburgh. I really did. I did, and I didn't even mind losing my money, because when I see stuff that's special. I mean, that's special to me. I'm like, hold on, guys. Come on. Yeah, I kept saying to myself, all right, here's what you got to do. You got to run the ball. You got to dedicate yourself to the run. Put 3 tight ends in there. Do whatever you got to do. Bring big linemen. I don't care what you got to do. Let's get this ball. Let's run this ball. Okay, the run ain't working. Okay, so you know what? We got the quick screen pass. No, that ain't working either. You know what? We need to go downfield. Damn, let's go downfield. Let's do something. That ain't working either. I'm like, okay. At some point, I just ran out of ideas, and I was like, "Damn, this is incredible." Frisbo, who is that? Who is that? Is that GJB? Who is that?
What's up?
Frisbo, you go first. You go. You tell me. Am I crazy? And I'm gonna argue. Am I crazy? I mean, just tell me I'm crazy.
No, Swag. Houston played a lights out defensive game. I tell you what though, the Houston defense, man, I might take that with a little bit of a grain of salt moving forward because Pittsburgh's offense is just mid, and that's a compliment. I mean, we're 26th in rushing, 22nd in passing. So our offense isn't good, and they showed it. They exposed it. They said, they took us down. So, but moving forward, I mean, you move into like a New England or something to where they have the defense to match you and an offense that can score. I mean, what I see from C.J. Stroud last night, I mean, that was ugly, especially in the first half, man. You can't move forward in the playoffs if you're going to turn the ball over like that. So I don't know, man. Houston was a grain of salt. Pittsburgh played an ugly game, and I really didn't have us winning that, although I did put the bread on it because I'm a Pittsburgh native and I got the faith. I got to ride with the home squad. But, yeah, man, that was an ugly one.
I like that. Jordan, what you got, man?
Hold
on.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just going to say.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, keep downplaying the defense if y'all want to. Like, I don't understand how many weeks it has to be proven. Y'all do this every week. Y'all try to downplay it. Y'all try to compare it to others. You can't compare it to anyone else. Like, y'all just gotta stop that. Okay, sorry, Jordan. Go ahead.
And I'm just saying that defense showed up to play. My quarterback played like garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you. He played like garbage. But we got it done, and as far as I'm concerned, look, Cody, all respect to the Pittsburgh Steelers because they did everything they could. Aaron Rodgers, as far as I'm concerned, he looked like Green Bay Packers Aaron Rodgers out there. As far as I'm concerned, they just couldn't catch the goddamn football. Can't catch the football. The O-line is, they did everything they could. The defense, the offense just wasn't enough.
Look,
but at the end of the day, we just came in there and whooped their ass. That's all it is.
I've always said, and I will say it because I've seen it so much in the history of years in the NFL, especially in the playoffs and the Super Bowl and anything. Give me defense, dude. Give me a defense. I mean, I watched the Chiefs win the Super Bowl with Mahomes being MVP, and that defense was just stifling. I mean, give me defense any single time, and I tell you, I will ride with defense because I know in the end, and when you get in the trenches, it's going to be your defense. As a matter of fact, you can think of every single game last week, pretty much every single game. In the Green Bay game, they needed a defense because Chicago had the ball, and they had to have a defense to stop them, and they couldn't stop them. In the Carolina Rams game, you needed a defense. They couldn't stop the Rams. Now, the 49ers, on the other hand, were able to stop the Philadelphia Eagles. Defense matters in every single game. I'm saying defense matters. It's gonna come down to, can your defense stop them when you need to stop them? And I trust Houston defense, man, because I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes. Cody, go ahead. Go ahead, Cody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fire everybody. Start with that one. Right. I'll just go ahead and get that one out of the way. There's going to be people that make excuses for Tomlin, and I'm not one of them, but Tomlin seemed like he was the only coach that gave a damn about the game last night, which is rare to say. Arthur Smith and Terrell Austin need I can't say what I actually want to say on TikTok. I'll just put it that way. Most of that team sucked. We played like shit. Injuries are never an excuse because it's always next man up. Do I think having Broderick Jones and Darnell Washington in this game would have helped? Absolutely. They gave Dylan Cook no help on the left side of the line all night, and Will Anderson feasted because of it. Then when they gave Dylan Cook help, unfortunately, Fautanu just got eaten alive by Daniil Hunter. It's just how that Texans line works. You can't help both tackles, and those edge rushers are good enough to beat almost any tackle one-on-one. To our defense, I have genuinely no complaints other than in one drive, we were unable to stop the run for actually a good portion of the game. The only thing that I have a problem with. Joey Porter Jr. took Nico Collins out of that game for 90% of it until he got hurt. And the 3 Christian Kirk plays that happened were just blown coverages. Those happened, but whatever.
Let me ask you a question. If you'd had everybody you wanted in the game, if you could have stopped their run, if you could have did anything that you wanted to do.
I mean, why are we asking a hypothetical?
No, because you beat them.
If we had everybody healthy, maybe, but I mean,
no.
Maybe,
no,
but even then,
it's
not. All right,
they're better than you.
I can't get to.
They're better than you. Just say it. It's okay. It's no big deal. Coach knows it. He saw it too.
Just go to the next person.
I mean, you look. Let me explain something to y'all. You cannot take this fucking shit serious. This is not personal. This is just a football team. They're not better than Houston. That was obvious to everybody in the world last night. If they would have did everything you said, Houston would have beat them. They are that goddamn good. It's just that their defense is that damn good. There's nothing else you can say. I love you. You know I do. But there's nothing else you can say other than, damn, they good. I mean, their defense is freaking good. Nothing else.
Yeah, but I just gave them that credit.
I mean, I'm just saying, you're saying all these different things of what this Pittsburgh could do, this Pittsburgh, it doesn't matter.
I didn't say, when did I said it would have helped, but when you play against that D-line, you cannot help both tackles. Both of our tackles, regardless, got eaten alive. I said that, Swag. I said that. I was just giving the props to our defense because they played as good as they could. We were on the field for 90% of the fucking game.
You better cry, bro.
Like, I mean, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say that the Texans defense is the best in the fucking league and that they're going to beat everybody by 1,000 points because their defense isn't going to give up anything? If you want me to say that, I'll say that. They have a Super Bowl winning defense. That is for sure. But Jesus Christ, like oh my God.
You know what I want you to do, my friend? Because this is my friend.
Damn.
This is my friend, so I can tell him this. You know what I want you to do? Don't take it to heart.
It's not being taken to heart, but it's...
No, you're taking the loss to heart.
Frustrating.
No, it's not.
It's frustrating as hell. God damn.
No, it's not. Cody, you know I love you. Dude, this is not frustrating. You know why it's frustrating? Because you love your Steelers. That's why it's frustrating. Like that. See, that's the part that I try to get everybody to understand when they own these panels. Man, when Pittsburgh lost last night, if I was a Pittsburgh fan, I would have lost not one bit of sleep over that. Because why? You know damn well as I know. They got a whole bunch of things they got to fix over there. They got further than most people even expected. I actually had them going a little bit further than this. I did. I had them beating Houston. So I'm just trying to get you to understand when that happens, it's not personal. It's not personal at all. That's what I'm saying. Don't get it wrong. There's a lot of people that are close to me that take it so personal. They take their teams personal. Man, look, there's nothing you could have did last night to beat the Houston Texans.
And can I add something to that, Swag? I come into this season, and one of the first things I do, I say, are we capable of winning it all? So if I look at our team and we're not, and I don't think we're capable of winning it all, it just really boils down to at what point are we going to lose? You know what I mean? If we could win a wild card game, that was the ceiling for us. I would have been happy for that. We lost it. I'm not surprised, given Mike Tomlin's history. I mean, that was to be expected. You know what I mean? We were really coming in this, and we were coming in as the underdog. So it's not like we were coming in as the favorite and we gave this up at home. So, nah, this ain't too much of a surprise to me at all. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of expected this.
And some people still have that hope that they can do it. But here's what all that comes down to. Talking shit. That's what it all comes down to. And just remember, I said that, Dom. I know you gave a take earlier. Give me another one, Dom, because I know Coach Coleman. Matter of fact, Coach Coleman, you going last. I'm not even letting you do it first because I'm going last. It's a reason for it. But Dom, tell me. I know you had a small take on this, but just listening to everybody and what they say, we've seen what we've seen. It's not. You can't hide that. I mean, we seen what we seen. Like,
so like, even if you take the Texans defense out of this game, which you can't, but like, say you do, you still gave up like almost 140 on the ground. You gave up 250 in the air. Sure, they didn't turn into points. It wasn't because you guys really stopped it. It was because CJ fumbled the ball 5 times. Like, even on defense, you got your ass kicked. And it's like, I think some people wanted a Cinderella story. They wanted Aaron Rodgers to ride into the sunset. But it's like, look at the landscape. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been back to an NFC Championship game since when? He hasn't.
What, 2010? 2010?
Exactly. We're 15 years later. If you thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be the game changer to get you over the hump, that means you ignored his history. And you can't do that.
And I like your take on that, but especially when you said the offense, I didn't even realize, I didn't even see what was going on. But let me tell you guys something, and Cody, I hope you still there. You need to stop taking this shit so personal. I'm going. Hold on. Let me have it, guys. I'm gonna tell you all you guys something, especially you young guys out there. Y'all take this shit way too personal. And the reason why you take it personal is because you own these goddamn panels talking shit about your team and about what you know. And then when your team lose, then you run for covers because you take the shit so personal. I've been on my show so many times and I've been wrong. I don't give a damn because you know what? I don't take this personal. This is not personal. It's not my goddamn team. And my team didn't even make the playoffs. So what I was supposed to do, it doesn't matter. And when I tell you New England fans out there, y'all need to hear me because a lot of y'all got the same syndrome where you think that you're invincible. You're not. You're not. And I'm telling you right now, that offensive line, that shit you just went through, that you saw Pittsburgh just go through, remember, because they coming. They ain't hiding it. They not acting it. They ain't disguising their coverages. They ain't doing none of that shit. They just saying, stop me. I'm coming. And when you're like that, that's when you know you are good. So I'm just gonna say that. Bakari, go ahead, give me your take on it so I can let Coach Common have this thing.
My take on the game was our defense was smothering from the start of the game all the way to the finish. The strip. What happened? One thing about the Texans, Coach DeMeco Ryan says something every week, and those that are Texan fans, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you go watch what the coach says in the pregame. He always says it's not about how you start, but it's how you finish. And Houston finished that game in a fashion we ain't 23 points in the fourth quarter. And what I liked about this game is CJ had a bad game. He did. But the thing that happened is we start playing complementary football. The defense forced turnovers. It was a lot of 3 and outs. And one thing that I don't know if anybody mentioned, Houston was damn near 80% on third downs.
Yeah, Frisbro mentioned it.
Okay. 30% on first down. It was some plays where CJ missed some throws that normally he makes. But to me, CJ ain't been right ever since he had that concussion.
It doesn't, you know, CJ, this is CJ Stroud's job. CJ Stroud's job is not to lose the game. If you expected CJ Stroud to go out there and compete with some of these quarterbacks, you're losing your mind. CJ Stroud knows his job, and that's what I like about it. See, CJ Stroud understands, and I know I saw him say, "I'm just trying to get better." And when you're doing that, you have accepted my role. My role is not to lose the game.
That's correct.
It ain't to win the game. My role is not to lose the game, and it's simple because my defense can bail my ass out of any situation that I get in. So why? And I'm pretty sure he was sitting over there because I actually seen DeMeco lips move and say, "What is he doing?" Like I saw that with my own eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's like, "What are you doing? Stop fumbling the ball. Stop making mistakes. But even with that, now imagine, what if he didn't make any mistakes? How bad would it have been then? So
I'm gonna take
that's
50
why.
versions.
That's why I'm trying to tell everybody. Coach Carmen, it's your show, baby. Do your thing.
Yo, what's up, man? Listen, divine date, everybody. Hope everybody joined the day on purpose.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, right? I'm gonna tell you like this. The only problem, first and foremost, you can't say nothing about. You can't say enough about the defense, right? I mean, they reminded me of Steeler defenses of old that said, we don't give a fuck what you do. We coming, ain't shit you can do about it, and it is what it is, right? They had that. It was that style of defense, that type of defensive game. And I can appreciate that because I love defensive dogfights, defensive games like that because that's who the Steelers, used to be. But the only problem I have with that game, and I'm going to tell you this, is game planning and coaching. And I say that because when you have a defense like that, and I've had defenses like that, my team, the Steelers have had defenses like that, right? To where as though, dog, you're not getting shit. We're not giving you nothing. You feel me? We've had lights out defenses like that where they played whole complete games. And when you have a defense like that, there is only but so many things you can do, right? On an offense to get around that defense. But it's one thing that you can do that I should say will give you a better chance, a better percentage chance of loosening up that defense, making them second guess themselves and slowing down the rush. And that only way is misdirections. Is turning a strength into a weakness. The only way you beat a team or a defense of that caliber that is locked in and playing like that is to turn a strength, something that they do very well, and you turn it into their weakness. Now the only way you can do that is with coaching. Now, like I said, the only problem that I have with how the Steelers played last night, as far as offensively, is that I don't feel as though the offensive game plan had because I only saw one misdirection play, and Kenneth Gainwell got a 14-yard run on it. That was the only misdirection play that I fucking saw. And when I saw that misdirection play, I said, finally, they fucking realized it. It was only one. It was one misdirection play that they used, and Kenneth Gainwell got a 14-yard run on it. And when I saw that, I said, finally, these motherfuckers finally realized you got it. The only way to give yourself a higher percentage chance of defeating a defense like that is with misdirection, turning their aggression and their speed and turning a strength into a weakness. And the only way you can turn a strength into a weakness is from coaching. That is the only way you're able to turn a strength into a weakness. And like I said, the only problem I have is that I don't feel as though our coaching and our game plan was up to the task of even giving us a chance to beating that defense, because we didn't have no misdirections. We didn't try to use their aggressiveness and their speed rush against them. We tried to match them. We tried to go up against it instead of using it as a motherfucking instead of us using it, like I said, instead of turning that strength, instead of turning that aggressiveness, turning that hard pass rush, that speed rush. Instead of us using that and trying to give trying to do misdirection plays, trying to do a lot of motion, having them over pursue, having them over pursue, trying to turn a strength into a weakness. That is coaching. And I saw none of that yesterday. That's my only problem. My only problem is I saw no type of way. It's like they didn't read, it's like they didn't look at no film. It's like they didn't look at no film of the Houston Texans. Like nobody watched any film. Because listen, I don't even have to watch fucking film is the bad part. I can just watch how the Houston Texans have played in the second half of the season and see the only way you getting around that fucking defense is to turn. They don't have any fucking weaknesses. They don't have any.
You have to hope for missed tackles.
Yo, no. They don't have any weaknesses. When your secondary is strong, when your linebacking core is strong, when your front line is strong, when everybody does their job, does not play hero ball, when they stay home, when they do their assignment, and they're playing lights out flawlessly like that, there is only one way to somewhat put a crack or a dent in what they're trying to do. And that is to try to turn their strength, something that they do very well, into a weakness.
Well, they didn't even put a scratch, let alone a thought bird down.
No, and the only way you can do that, is through coaching. The only way you can do that is through coaching. You cannot do that on a whim. You don't do that, I got an idea. That doesn't happen. That's game planning, and coaching is the only way you do that. Like I said, the only problem I have is that I feel as though that our offensive game plan, our offensive preparation was not it was not where it needed to be to even give us a chance to go against that defense. Because you had no misdirections. Now, listen, I saw it was one joint. I remember y'all saw it. I know y'all saw this. They do a fucking
real quick, Coach. I'm gonna help you out with this. I'm gonna let you finish. But I'm gonna help you out, guys. Misdirection is reverses. The play going one direction, but the play is actually going another direction. And that's what he's talking about when he said misdirection. He's talking about let's use their speed and their aggressiveness against them by they attack the ball so much. Sort of like a misdirection would have been like the flea flicker of the San Francisco 49ers show. They had them going in so many different directions and they didn't know where the damn ball was going. That's what he's talking about. Go ahead, Coach. Coach, go ahead. Coach? Oh, shit. I mean,
Swag.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I was saying, hold on, Jordan. Like I was saying, yeah. Now, misdirection, like Swag said, reverses things of that nature. I saw there was one sequence, dog, that they threw a screen pass. This is what I mean by coaching, not giving us any type of percentage chance of defeating the defense, right? Not to say that it would have worked. What I am saying is that's the only chance you have when a team is playing at that caliber, when a team is locked in like that. The only thing you have is to turn a strength into a weakness. Now, I saw one sequence where it had to be the dumbest shit in the world because I didn't understand it. You threw a tight end screen to Jonnu Smith. Then you throw a seam route on 3rd and long to Gainwell. What in the fuck are we doing? No, I mean, seriously. Seriously. Why is Gainwell getting the seam route on a 3rd and 14, but motherfucking Jonnu Smith is getting a tight end screen on 2nd and 10? Like he's elusive in open field. This is what I mean by coaching. This is what I'm talking about by coaching. Right? This is what I mean by coaching. If you want to give the Steelers offense a chance against that defense, the only way was to make them over pursue. How come, listen, how come not one time did he drop back, let the defense come, and then hand it off to Gainwell in the draw? Not one time did they try to make them over pursue or even think of over pursuing or even do anything to have them questioning anything that they did. You tried to match them player for player. Dog, have you not looked at your 53-man roster? You don't have the fucking players. What the fuck? You don't know your personnel.
Yeah,
Do you not know who you have on your team? Dog, you got a bunch of fucking old wild hogs on your team.
Yep.
These ain't the most skillful motherfuckers. Mind you, their IQs might be higher than them young cats. No, seriously. Their IQs.
No, I get it. I'm just laughing.
It's
like the Wild Hogs movie. You know, those four dudes on a bicycle.
Look. Their IQ, hear me out, Swag. They're older, so their IQs and experience might be more than them young cats. But dog, they are not physically stronger nor faster than them. They are not physically stronger, faster, and in a lot of instances, they are not more talented on the football field skill-wise than those younger guys. So now, how is the only fucking way? What is the only way? Well, what's the one thing? What's the one consistent in life? If I can outthink you, I can beat you. There was no thought into the game plan. You actually tried to match up with them. You not one time tried to outcoach D'Amico. You never tried to outcoach him. You never tried to out-IQ him. All you did was say, I'm going to bring my team, you bring your team, and we're going to line up. Motherfucker, do you know who's on your team?
You know, Coach. That's why I want you to go last. I want to let Antoine go because I want to get off this game. Antoine, Mac, what's going on? Unmute yourself because I had to mute you because you had a lot of noise in the background. What Coach said is just football 101 for me. For a lot of you guys, it was football 101 and entertainment as well. I mean, I'm just telling y'all straight up.
Can I ask the panel a question right quick, Swag?
Go ahead, Bakar.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to tell y'all who the Texans defense remind me of, and it's going to shock a lot of y'all. Swag, you remember the 1986 New York Giants front seven?
Oh, Lord.
With Lawrence Taylor and
Leonard Marshall,
Carl Banks, Pepper Johnson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I see the Texans, their front seven remind me of that. But one thing I don't know about New York secondary. I mean, the front seven was just
their secondary was real too.
Yeah, the secondary was real, but you gotta remember it only had a wide receiver 1 and 2 and a tight end, so it was a different type of secondary at that time.
And also, you got to remember also the Giants played a 3-4. They didn't play a 4-3. That defense was 3-4. It was 4 linebackers.
That's when they introduced Lawrence Taylor as an outside linebacking edge rusher.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So
they had never used an outside linebacker in that way until Lawrence.
Right.
But just to let you know, it does kind of have some semblance to it, but it really reminds me more of the Baltimore Ravens 2001. That's what it reminds me of. Because the Baltimore Ravens 2001, if you got a first down, if you got 2 first downs, you were so beat up by the time you got it to the point where you didn't even want to move the ball no more. They physically just beat the shit out of you. Like that. It wasn't even just about when I'm watching Houston, they're beating you. They're fit. Like that's what Coach was talking about. You don't have a roster that can compare to them. So what are you even trying to do there? You got to use trick plays, misdirections, because you coming into the game saying it's mano a mano, and it really ain't mano a mano. And then when you see you can watch them on film, and then you can say, "Oh, okay, yeah, we can match up with these guys mano a mano." But then when you see them on the field, you're like, "Oh shit, we didn't screw it up." So at some point, you got to have a backup plan. You got to have something. They had nothing. Yeah, I agree. And even if they would have had something, it would just make the game a little bit closer because Houston still would beat them because they're just that damn good when it comes to defense. But like he said, it would at least gave them a chance. And here's another thing. When he spoke, he's speaking football, not fandom. He's talking football. I'm trying to before I go into the next game, because I want to go off into this. I want to go off into the San Francisco-Philadelphia game because I feel like I didn't do the 49ers enough justice. I talked too much about the Eagles' downfall. I need to talk about
Swag. The only thing I'm gonna say is this. Coach. Not you, Coach, but not you, Coach, but not the Steelers fans on the TikTok. But I seen a video where Steelers fans was walking into the game talking about we want Houston. But when you say that, better come ready, be prepared.
Hey, Swag, can I say one quick thing? It's really listen, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers did what they needed to do to win. I mean, going into that fourth quarter, it was 7-6. We had 3 turnovers. Anytime you get 3 turnovers, you have a high probability at winning. It's just offensively, we couldn't execute. The Pittsburgh Steelers defensively, we gave our offense opportunities to win that game, and the offense let us down. And
the offense didn't. But first of all, I will say this: the offense execution, what it was because of the lack of coaching and game preparation done on our side of the ball. It's like they didn't know. It's like they didn't know that we had a 42-year-old motherfucking quarterback. Like they didn't know our receiving core got fucking kids graduating high school about to go to college. It's like they didn't know. It's like you don't know these things. You gotta know your personnel, dog. Personnel for personnel. It's obvious that we cannot match up speed for speed, strength for strength with them. So there's only one way you beat somebody like that. You have to outthink them. That is the only way. The only way David beats Goliath is because he outthought him. Not because he was more elusive and faster. He outthought him. The only way you beat a person like that is to outthink them.
Right.
And when you get 3 turnovers and you don't execute, you did not think them. I couldn't agree more.
And then to add to the insult to it, it's like it's not that Roman Wilson or Calvin Austin helped them out. It was more of Adam Thielen and NVS. That was pretty much it.
But why? But why is that? Because
you know why? No. But you know why, Swag? Hold on. You know why Adam Thielen and MVS were only ones that like they were doing any type of production? Because they were out thinking the young guy and finding little holes in which Aaron Rodgers could find them. They found little holes. They like the one play when MVS ran straight up the field, drew the safety, and then at the last second, Thielen went into an out route. Mm-hmm. That was a hole. Who was that done by? 2 fucking old heads, because they outthought them. You gotta out IQ them. You can't beat them head up. It's not going to happen.
And I will say this about Houston going forward, man. You have to be concerned about that offense. You really do. The defense is lights out. But you get up against a team that can put some points. New England, they got a hell of a lot better offense than Pittsburgh does.
I'm going to say this first, bro. In normal cases, I would agree with you. I would just totally agree. But I'm going to tell you why I don't this time.
Okay.
Because just hear me out here. The New England Patriots have a weakness that they can cover real well, but they can't cover it against Houston, and that's their offensive line. The Chargers showed you guys, if you were just paying attention to what the Chargers were doing, the Chargers showed you guys they got weaknesses on an offensive line. And let's be honest, the Chargers' defensive line is nowhere near as good as Houston. Nowhere near. So you can imagine, you can bank on this, Fred. The Houston Texans, let's just say, take the mistakes away. No fumbles, no interceptions, no nothing. And my offense is not that good. But just take the turnovers away. And then you play them guys with no turnovers. Now, I'm not saying that they will. You play these guys with no turnovers. With that defense, they can beat them.
Oh, listen, I agree. I watched New England struggle offensively against the Chargers. So I'm not saying that like from like watch this type of standpoint. I'm just saying that when you come across better offenses, you can't rely on playing a Pittsburgh offense and playing lights out, every week to week.
Yeah, I agree with that. But here's the thing, that what happened in that game last night scared the daylights out of me, because for the simple reason, I picked New England to go to the AFC Championship. After I seen Houston play last night, because see, what I expected was the Houston Texans. I expected the playoffs to move the Houston Texans toward the Buffalo Bills or toward the Denver Broncos. I didn't expect it to be New England, not this early. And I'm going to tell you something right now. And Houston also has the experience on New England. See, Houston already been in the divisional playoffs. They just hadn't got past the divisional playoffs.
Yeah, like you said, Swag, you had said, because I kind of feel you on what you were saying. You like, we just can't win one playoff game. This 3 years in a row. You can't keep winning one playoff game. You got to go farther than the divisional. Like, Houston been in this division. Yeah, like as a Texan fan, I feel like you got the defense. Like CJ, like I was going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, dude, you don't turn up, you don't turn the ball over like this. You rarely do it. Turn the ball over like this. Right. Just manage the game. You got a great defense. You got a great defensive line. The reason the defensive line doesn't get tired is because they rotate that defensive line the whole game. And then you got the linebackers and the secondary. Like, that's all you have to do. Like,
hold on, real quick, JJ. I want to let you finish, but not move. You there? You there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're there, because I'm coming to you next. Go ahead, JJ.
Because I've been in Swag Live for like 3 or 4 months, because I just started doing content for the Houston Texans, and like the stuff that he's saying is a fact. You've been here 3 years in a row. You always win your first playoff game, and then when you get to that second playoff game, like, you have higher expectations this year, especially with this defense. You have to get to the next level.
We do.
I feel this is how I feel. I feel like this. I understand Josh Allen is in here, but there's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Joe Burrow. You have to get to the next level. So
the thing about it is, if the Houston Texans, you got to understand, you guys have done some amazing stuff, because y'all shouldn't even been in the playoffs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
After 1-5, oh sheesh.
0-3. No, 0-3, sir.
0-3, even better.
Considering that you got to the playoffs, damn it, you need to make some noise. And the reason why I say stuff like that, and the reason why I always bring stuff up like that, is because football is not Coach Tomlin is 100% right when he says you got to outthink people. You got to understand something. Even with the talent, even with the skills, you still got to be thinking, because somebody may be smarter than you. You don't believe me? Ask Sarianna. Ask Sarianna. Because that's what we're talking about, being smarter than someone else. Hold on, Mason. Hold on, Mason. Now move. What you got, man?
I hear everybody's talking bad about CJ.
Hey, what I said was hold on.
He played the worst game I ever seen him play, but he still 50 yards.
I said, hold on, my friend. Hold on. Hold on. It's rules to this. So hold on for a second. I'm gonna come to you. I promise. No N-word, and I'm coming to you. So hold on. And I ain't let nobody up and talk shit. This is about football. Now move. What you got on this game, man?
You give me 5 minutes.
Okay, give you 5 minutes?
Yep.
All right, we're going to 49 Go ahead, Frisbo.
Hey, I don't want to make it sound like I'm down on. I'm usually high on CJ Stroud, and I think one of the pros that the Houston has going into this is CJ already got that bad game out of the way. I mean, it don't get no worse than that. I don't expect CJ to perform like that. I expect him to bring the noise. He's usually a dog in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta say this so you let y'all know something. To all you people out there in the audience, and even on the panel, he's not your CJ Stroud. He's CJ Stroud. He don't know you for fucking Adam. Like, It's not your Houston Texans. It's the Houston Texans. Like, you guys got to really understand. I see so many people around social media talking like it's your damn team. It's not your team. You're a fan. You are a fan. They don't know you. Matter of fact, I wrote the Kansas City Chiefs when I didn't know any better. I wrote the Kansas City Chiefs 9 weeks in a row when I was a young man. You know what I got back? A hat saying thank you for being a fan. You guys need to understand something. You are just a fan. This is not a protection. Look, I'll go off on you if you talk about Mahomes, especially when you're trying to compare him to any goddamn body.
Yeah.
But that's not because I'm a fan of Mahomes. That's because it's just fucking stupid. Like that, it just is. So I'm just getting you guys to understand something. It's not your team. It's not your quarterback. You're a fan. And with all that being said, let's move on to the San Francisco 49ers. Houston, you got your love this morning. I want to make sure I gave it to you. I'm going to be honest with y'all.
You showing me something?
My bad, Swag. I wouldn't have to come up and talk.
Hold on. I tried to come to you in just a second. Go ahead now, move.
All right, so Houston and this Houston and Pittsburgh game. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, it's me.
Why do you keep switching shit? Like this, I didn't even know it was you.
I caught.
Not move, yo, not move. That's JB.
Yeah. No, my other account caught a charge, so I gotta wait. But no, from the game last night, I mean, it pretty much went the way that I thought it was gonna go. I did have hope in Pittsburgh, but like I did want to see Pittsburgh do it, but in the same instance, like Coach has gone over it time and time again. They're just too old, man, and like you said, the outthinking. They're gonna need to restart. They need to hit that eject button, blow the cartridge out, and restart. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to figure some things out. Houston Texans, though, man, that defense is lights out. You know, with Nico though going down, that is a worry. That is a worry for me. I think they go and play New England, right? So I think it's a depending on what New England team you get, depends on the game, in my opinion. I think Houston is more like predictable. We know what to expect offensively and defensively, right? I think New England is kind of more of a roller coaster ride. You know, 1 week you don't know if they're going to be a high flying offense. The next week you don't know if they're going to be playing defense. The week after that they might be just running the ball. You know, dine and dash down. You know, you don't know, and so I think I don't know, man. I think this is fixed for a really, really, really good matchup. CJ's got to clean the game up though, man. He's got to be the CJ that we've seen his rookie year. But if they can manage to the defense wins championships, guys, and if he can manage to just hold on to the game, I mean, you don't really see a lot of high scoring offensive games in the playoffs. So this can fit right into their style, and if they go in there confident, dude, they might be the most dangerous team.
I think a time possession is also the key too. If you get time of possession more.
Hold on, Rob. I'm gonna let y'all have it. I want to make sure everybody gets something to say. I'm gonna come to you next. I don't know what that is. That's a symbol. I'm gonna come to you next, but I ain't gonna. I want Antoine. Antoine, what you got to say?
What's going on, Swag, man? I appreciate you having me up on the podcast today. My takes on this situation is, you know, you come into these games, just like you said, you know, our feelings with all these teams and not being realistic on what we're looking at. When we come to these games and we saying, oh, my team gonna do this here because I got the better of this, or my team gonna do this because I got the better of that. I feel as though, you know what I'm saying, you putting a juju on your team. All I say is make the best man win, because yeah, I know my team, you know your team, but you don't know what my team been doing throughout the whole season because you're not focused on my team just like I'm not focused on you.
what we need to start doing is just giving these players an opportunity to go out and show what they can do instead of putting a mouth on them and say, well, he's sorry, he's trash, he ain't gonna do this, he ain't gonna do that. I don't do that. And I had a lot of Steelers fans on a lot of podcasts that, you know, was griping me about not standing up for my team. I'm like, how am I not standing up for my team? Because I'm not saying, oh, we gonna come out here and just throw y'all in all the three rivers that y'all talking about.
My friend, you can come back anytime you want because you don't speak fandom. And the reason why I don't allow that on my show is because I want this to be a football show. Like, I get it. Now, all these guys, Jordan, Frisbo, Poppy, Coach, all these guys, not Moon, JB, all these guys, they know what it's about. So for you to come on here and say that is really important because that means you can always come back to this show. I do not speak fandom at all. Devin, what you got, man? What you got?
Yeah, I honestly was going to say the same thing as Antoine, bro. You really got to root for everybody because everybody got to prove their point because it's made a best man win because, you know, everybody knows this. Anybody in the playoff is one of the best teams in the NFL. So you're going to be going against the best. Just like not move pride said.
Podcast, not move podcast.
My bad. Like he had said, bro, Stroud has off games, and like I was going to say about that, Stroud has off games, but y'all have to understand he has led the Texans to the playoffs 3 times. He is going against Drake May, I believe, right? He's going against Drake May. He does not have that type of experience, but we're not going to shit on him, man. My fault for using cuss words. I know. I'm just saying, Drake May is also good. Drake May is also good. He got Scotto Boyd. He has Stephon Diggs. These teams going to be neck and neck. You see Texas have a good defense. You really don't know what to expect.
Say is, I have a theory about the fumbles, but I'm not gonna say it just yet. We got a whole week to talk about that. But I have a theory about the fumbles.
Hey, yo, Swag, I just addressed the panel real quick. Hey, listen, and I just want to say this to the panel and to the chat, right? To the panel and the chat. I am a 100% bleed black and yellow Steeler fan. Was born a Steeler fan. Was able to visibly watch 4 of the 6. The first one they won the year I was born. So no, I did not see that. Okay, so I was just being born.
I did.
However, I'm saying that to say this: as a diehard Chuck Noll, Art Rooney Sr. Steeler fans, I don't even like my fucking fan base, dog. I don't get along with them, dog. I don't get along with them. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There are some Steeler fans that we can talk football with. But a lot of my Steeler fan base, a lot of my Steeler nation, they talk fandom. They don't talk football, which is a huge problem with me. Because they come on these panels and they bump their gums about this, that, and the third, and what a person can do, and what a person's going to do, and what a person did, and all this other shit, and none of that shit mean nothing. What you did last Sunday don't mean shit this Sunday. It means nothing. So I just want to say, on behalf of the Steeler Nation that knows football, we do not agree with the fandom that be talking shit that do not know football. All right, so just let y'all know that.
A new day, a new game. A 0-0 game.
I want to move into, because Ryan, I want you to understand something. I'm getting ready to talk about probably within the next 2 days, this upcoming game between New England and the Texans. You want to be here for that. I promise you. You want to be here.
I will be there with you, and we're going to discuss.
I mean, because I'm going to share some things that I think New England and Houston should be concerned with. So, I'm going to share these things. But right now, I got a chance to go back and look at the All 22. And if y'all not watching the All 22, please stay off panels. Just stop. Just stop doing it. The reason I said it is if you don't have to watch it. If you don't know anybody who's watching the All 22 that you can talk to, stay off panels. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to tell you why I say that. I said and Coach can vouch for this. JB can vouch for this. Rock, I think, can even vouch for this. Frisbee, a lot of these guys heard me say this. The Philadelphia Eagles San Francisco game was going to come down to coaching. It wasn't. Forget about the players. It was X's and O's. Who can outsmart who? Shanahan ran circles around the Philadelphia Eagles coaching staff. So I hear Philadelphia Eagles talking about the offense coordinator. Oh no, it wasn't just your offensive coordinator. He was tearing Big Fangio ass up too. It was. Look, it's funny because Dick Fangio defense is so disciplined, and he used it against you guys. He literally said, "Okay, we're gonna play backyard football. We're going to play wide open football." And he stole that from Kansas City, JB. I'm just telling y'all right now. He did. He stole it. But let me explain something. You play backyard football and you in a huddle and you call a play, like literally what you're saying is, hey, everybody do their own thing. You know where you're supposed to be, do your own thing. If you go back and watch the CMC touchdown, that was not a route. I'm sorry, it was not. It was clearly, I want to isolate you on him, and I want you to beat him. And I did, and he did that. And he did it more than once. Now, Coach, this was the card that you would appreciate. I said, if you want to attack the Philadelphia Eagles defense, you got to attack them in the middle of the field. Shanahan was running skinny posts in the middle of the field with DeMarcus Robinson. DeMarcus Robinson, the same player that had something to do with beating his ass in the first Super Bowl. And he was running, he was using that guy today. I know. And he was, Coach, it was so pretty when you watched the All 22. They were isolating and cutting inside, and there's nothing there. There's no safety because Fangio played they played a cover two, and then they played the zone on the side and man on one side, and he was taking it and using it wholly against them. Like your middle of the field is wide open. My quarterback just has to have time to get the ball down the field. It was there all day. They couldn't do nothing about it. So even though the Eagles were ahead of the San Francisco 49ers, they were never really ahead of the San Francisco 49ers. So the reason I'm saying it is because I hear Philadelphia Eagle fans all over social media talk about fire my offensive coordinator, and that's a problem. I'll give you that. But it wasn't just your offense who got you beat. It was your defense too. Your defense, Fangio was stuck. He didn't know what to do. His middle of the field was open. Somebody had exposed it, and ain't nothing he could do about it. He never adjusted to it. And then when he finally said, I'm shutting it down, I'm going to go to a cover one. I'm shutting this shit down. Then they started doing trick plays on you. Did y'all, am I blowing smoke on my ass, or did y'all see the same thing? Did y'all see
the
that?
same thing, Swag.
I mean,
yeah, Swag, can I say something?
Go ahead.
And Swag, you know me. I watch the game. I watch the film. I make sure my analysis is together before I come on the show. But when I go on these panels, I can't talk football with Philadelphia Eagle fans because I only know ball if I agree with them. I keep telling them it in Swag. Everything you said was 100% accurate. In the beginning of the game, what's his name? Kyle Shanahan knew that Quinton was having a bad start, so he was attacking him, even in the red zone with DeMarcus Robinson. And he also saw a weakness in the middle linebacker. What's his name? Nakobe Dean. Mm-hmm. He saw weakness in him.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean. That's his name.
Yeah, he saw weakness in him in the red zone. He attacked him. The defensive players had weaknesses, and Kyle Shanahan knew it. So he attacked the weaknesses, and they won the game.
I want to hold on for Papa Wilson because Randy said that trick play was suggested by Kubiak. That's why Kubiak ain't gonna be. That's why Kubiak ain't gonna be on that goddamn team. Oh, you talking about the daddy Kubiak, or you talking about the son?
The son Kubiak.
Yeah, it was the son. So if the son, just listen to this. So and this whole thing, we give him credit. We giving Shanahan credit but I should just say his entire coaching staff, because all of them was on point.
Yeah, and I'm giving it to Robert Saleh too.
Yeah, Robert Saleh too. I mean, they all was on point because when you're playing against a contender or you're playing against somebody who just won a Super Bowl, and Poppy, let me help you out, bro. I'm gonna tell you just like I tell Kobe. You guys like to go on these panels, right? You have to understand when you going on these panels, and first of all, the first thing they're gonna ask you is who you're a fan of. You say the Chiefs, and you are a Chiefs fan. You ain't getting no love unless you're gonna have to basically do what I did when I first used to go on these panels. I used to have to shut them down to the point where it's something that they just cannot deny. And if you can't do that, because in their eyes, their star receiver played a hell of a game because he got 2 interceptions. That's how they look at that. They don't look at the times that he got beat. They don't look at that. That's not what fans do.
Yo,
You got to understand. Okay, one of my favorite cornerbacks. I'm gonna go a little bit further back for y'all. One of my favorite cornerbacks is Everson Walls. Right? Everson Walls is one of my favorite cornerbacks because he walked on and he came from Grambling. Right? Everson Walls would get beat sometimes. And Everson Walls also would get interceptions. Right? But you couldn't tell me nothing about him getting beat. You ain't gonna tell me nothing about that. You can only tell me that he got interceptions. That's all that matters. So when you're talking to people and to some Philadelphia fans and just any fan base really, and you're trying to bring up a point, you got to be talking to football fans. You can't be talking to Philadelphia fans. That's a difference. There's Philadelphia fans and there's Philadelphia fans who are football fans. Those people, they'll hear you and they'll understand you and they'll say, Papa, you're 100% right. But when you talking to just Philadelphia Eagle fans, you forget it. They don't see nothing beyond that bird. They don't see, just like the Cowboy fans, they don't see nothing beyond that star. And Coach said a perfect thing yesterday. When they are attacking because you are right about something, right? And they want to address when they don't want to address when you're right. They want to address when you're wrong. And that's why I say debates on panels is the reason why y'all see me disappear after my show. I cannot be spending time talking to somebody. I was on JB's live yesterday, and we were having a conversation. I wasn't saying anything right up until the point to when this guy said that Jalen Hurts was a top 5 quarterback. Then I had something to say. The reason why I had something to say is because that's what's wrong with people right now when they don't understand the difference between a good quarterback and a top 5 quarterback. Because Josh Allen just showed you, if y'all wasn't paying attention this weekend, what a top 5 quarterback look like. That's what they look like. When the game is on the line, they show up. No matter what, I don't want to hear it. They show up. I mean, so what I'm saying is y'all go on these panels to talk shit. And I'm telling you right now, that's not football. And I go to a lot of panels, Poppy. I go to a lot of shows. I just sit in the audience and listen. I ain't gonna stay long because most of the time it's not football. It's just people talking shit. I get on people all the time for talking shit. Why? Because eventually, every team ain't winning the Super Bowl, guys. It ain't gonna be one. It's gonna be one. So that means that somebody, well, how many teams? That means on our 32 teams, one team is gonna have bragging rights. Everybody else is just pissing in the wind. Right? Like, really? So that's why I tell you that, Poppy. That's why you have problems. But the San Francisco 49ers coaching staff, go ahead and you want to say something? Go ahead. I want to make sure you say something. First of all, it's not move. It's not move. Yes. So you understand that we don't say the N-word or anything like that. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I totally agree with you, Poppy, about Quinton. He had a horrible first half. I mean, he was getting cooked the whole entire first half. He got mossed by Christian McCaffrey. I mean, but then in the second half is when he had a good game. But the first half, I totally agree with you, man. He got absolutely cooked. And they knew he was having an off game. That's why they targeted him. That's why they, like you said, that's why they targeted Kobe Dean, because he was having an off game. The only one who didn't really have an off game for the whole game was Cooper DeJean.
Thanks.
And that's just all honesty.
The quarterbacks of the day, guys, are gonna always get beat somehow, some way. Let me explain something to y'all. Who's on here? Let me see. JB, you may know. Coach, Coach, you there? Coach, you there? I want to see if Coach is here.
What's up, brother?
Ryan, you here? Ryan, know. He'll know. Frisbo definitely know. Let me tell y'all what we are accustomed to seeing. When people say shut down corners, right? Do I have any watch? I'm pretty sure I don't because I haven't seen them in months. Do I have any Washington Commander fans here? Anybody? Oh, if you're not a Washington Commander fan, or you remember the Washington Redskins, right? They played against the team. They played against a team called the Oakland Raiders. Now, this is what the LA Raiders, no Las Vegas Raiders. This is the Oakland goddamn Raiders, right? And they went up against two cornerbacks, Mike Haynes and Lester Hayes. I don't think they even got 20 yards apiece. At some point, those receivers stopped running patterns because they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. That's a shutdown corner. And I haven't seen – the closest I've seen to that was Deion Sanders. And even Deion let people off the line of scrimmage. I haven't seen anything else. Darrelle Reavers was in that category too, where he could just shut you down. You're not getting anything.
Champ Bailey and Charles Woodson too.
I mean, Champ Bailey too, Charles Woodson too. I'm not taking from them. I'm saying that was the second batch, right? I'm talking. That's the second batch. But Darryl Green was another good one too. But I'm talking the first batch, the batch that changed the rules. Like this is the Mike Hayes, the Lester Hayes. They changed the rule. Like they had to change the rule because receivers couldn't even get out the line of scrimmage.
Mel Blunt is actually called the Mel Blunt rule.
I mean, that Mel Blunt and Dennis Shell and all those guys. Y'all got to understand that when you were a receiver back then, you had to be really, really good because these guys were really, really good. So when I see football today with the rule changes and this and that and all that, I hear you. I hear you. But
it's Swag. One key thing, the rules at that time, right? The rules at that time were based upon trying to make it even for both sides. It did not favor one side more than the other like it does now. Now the rules favor, and it's not just in football, it's in professional sports because points put butts in seats, right? High scores, points put butts in seats. So that most professional sports now in their totality are geared easier to allowing runs and harder to defend stopping you scoring. That's just how professional sports are. From basketball to the physicality of basketball to be able to stop, to baseball, they can't block the base no more. You got to stand in front of it. Like everything is geared more to you scoring now than it was back in the day where it was like, you know what? All right, well, they can't do this, then they can't do this. We're going to make it even, so we're going to try to balance it out. Whereas though now the scales have really balanced way higher towards scoring and way lower to defending.
And I'm telling y'all, Quinion is going to be one of the best in the game. I'll tell you that straight up right now.
He probably already is.
He's going to be one of them. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, all that shut down corners and all that. Man, y'all just talking. Y'all just talking. Because to be honest with you, even Sauce Gardner, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to be impressed when I've seen how it's been done. I've seen it.
Too.
So, I mean, I can't look. Let me tell you something. Cornerbacks of the past that can truly play the position that are considered shutdown corners, they didn't have to hold you. They didn't. You weren't just. You know what? This is what they were going to do to you. They was going to do to you what Jerry Sneed did to Tyreek Hill in the playoff game. You ain't getting off the line of scrimmage. Hey, as soon as they snap the ball, I'm putting you on your ass. You ain't going anywhere. And when you get up, I'm gonna put you on your ass again. And by the way, when you try to run a pattern, I'm gonna hit you so hard to the point where you ain't gonna even run a pattern anymore. So the quarterback gonna glance over and see, oh well, no, he's not there. I gotta go to somebody else. That's what shutdown corner mean to me. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna let you off the line of scrimmage and stay with you the whole time you run the pattern. That ain't shutdown. That's cool. That's good cornerback play. That's not shutdown. Shutdown means you ain't even getting in your route. You're not gonna get in there. Like, I don't know if you guys seen that. Y'all see what L'Jarius Sneed did to Tyreek Hill. He couldn't even get out the line of scrimmage. Like, I'm not gonna. You stand right here. So this play is done.
Yeah, you can't even find a good corner now that's comparable to like Champ Bailey or Charles Woodson nowadays.
Right, and even those guys. Now those guys were a little different. You may can get out the line of scrimmage. You may even catch it, but you're gonna get hit so goddamn hard. You're gonna feel it, and you're gonna probably let it go. I mean, so all I'm saying is, guys, it's different eras and different things. So when I hear shutdown corner, Quinyon is going to be a great corner. I like him, and I think he's going to do well especially in the Philadelphia Eagles defense. But that all being said, I want to move this thing on because I don't have that much time. I want to move this thing on. I'm just truly saying that was a master coaching job by Shanahan and his crew. Because Robert Saleh, I didn't think that. That's why I had Philadelphia winning the game, because I didn't think Robert Saleh would be able to do anything with the Philadelphia Eagles offense, even though the offense has sputtered. No, man, these schemes that these guys are coming up with, it's just getting crazy. I mean,
master plans.
They're
tired of getting beat in the Super Bowl, Swag. They're tired of getting beat in the Super Bowl. Right now is the best chance for both sides to win it.
And then
it ain't just
Robert
the AFC. It's the whole NFL. It's the best chance for the whole NFL to win it, other than Pat and the Chiefs.
Right.
When you say this, and I say that, go ahead, Rob. I want to let you talk because I know you've been trying to talk the whole show. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, they did it with 6th and 7th players on defense, like secondary practice squads, like not even secondaries, practice squads.
You ain't lying.
And a guy named, and everyone should know this, Eric Kendricks, linebacker for the 49ers, played years in Minnesota and was a Cowboy last year or two. He comes off playing 3 weeks, signs with them for 3 weeks, and he didn't play good this first. When the second half came, that man showed up and deflected passes, was looking at Jalen, was looking at Saquon, was looking at everything.
I heard Shanahan ended the game speech in the locker room, and he called out 2 guys' names that he barely even knew. And he said, y'all just joined the team, a month ago? Month and a half ago? He said, y'all balled your ass off. And I was like, what? You look, it just remind me of that Any Given Sunday scene when Jamie Foxx walks up to Al Pacino and he said, and he looks at him and said, Beeman, looks at him and like, who are you? Like, I don't even know who you are.
Right.
Like,
he had to double take his look at Jamie like, who is it? Wait, okay.
like we always say, next man up. Next man up's gonna take on the field.
Hey, Swag. A lot of times now, what's going on? A lot of times nowadays, these corners ain't even turning their hips right at the same time. I've been watching this game lately, like they turn their hips before the receiver even get to them, and then they got to come back to the receiver. That's gonna get it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so happy you said that. I'm gonna share something with y'all. My position was cornerback. That's why when I talk about him, I talk about it with so much passion. Do y'all know I still have like my right hip still to this day? I gotta stretch that hip every day for at least 30 minutes because of the way I had to turn my hips. Like it was, it still bothers me today. So when I see people talking about cornerbacks or this, and that, I'll say something because I modeled myself by being able to cover anybody. And although I wasn't able to cover everybody, I still model myself that way. So you're right, Bucks. They don't. The reason why they're doing that is because they're giving up the guts. In other words, that was a cornerback that played for the Cincinnati Bengals, Billups. That's his name, Billups. He was a great corner. Nobody talks about him that much because he really had some injury seasons. But when he was healthy, he was one of the best cornerbacks in the game. And what I seen Jerry Rice do to him in the Super Bowl was disgusting. I mean, and Jerry Rice wasn't doing it because he was so much better. He just ran patterns so precise to the point that Phillips just couldn't keep up with it. Like it's just.
I remember that.
I mean, like it was just disgusting. I mean, like Billups was trying to, and he was making Billups turn around. Like Billups' hips would get locked in, and he would have to just turn a whole circle just to come back to Jerry Rice because he was just turning him in and out. I mean, so I'm just saying to you guys, when y'all talking about the cornerback position, if you got a good secondary that can play together, that's all you should be concerned with. All that shutdown corner shit, man, that don't even matter. Just a secondary that can play as one. Because if you do that, now you got a good secondary instead of saying like, look, Stingley and all these guys ask for more money because these guys are really good corners. But like Coach Coleman, what I learned from Coach Coleman was you can take a player who's really good in a scheme, move him to another team who don't run that same scheme, and he'll be trash. Like he'll be just total trash. And those are the kind of things that I want you guys to start paying attention to when y'all watching football. Well, this player is a really good player, or he's just good for this scheme. I mean, and that's why in Sauce Gardner went to Indianapolis. It wasn't long before people started picking on Sauce Gardner because he's not in the same scheme, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue. You remember I said that. So, look, guys, real quick. Let me just tell y'all what's going on. It's 9 o'clock. I have a new producer, and I want to bring this up right now because it's important. Namu Podcast, JB, and all those guys are producing my show, the Monday show that I do on Mondays, and I know JB he probably trying to produce all of them because that's what he likes doing. But I'm just
that's fucking hilarious.
I mean, so I'm just trying to get you guys to understand what we're trying to do is we're trying to go to another level. Like another level is have you guys come on this show and have a real sports show to come talk about. I'm sorry if I run a lot of young people off because I don't want to talk fandom. I even my friends like King Safe, Cody, and all those young guys, I'm seriously trying to get them to understand. Knowing football is so much better than talking shit. Because when you talk shit, what you're doing is you're putting yourself out there for ridicule. And when you put yourself out there for ridicule, people are going to ridicule you. See, the thing about me, I'll go on panels and people start talking shit to me. I just leave because I don't feel like and it's so funny because Coach Coleman, I notice he do the same thing too. He don't really say anything or sometimes he just leave. Because why? Why do we want to do that? What interests us is, and what interests you guys is what you see and what you can learn. Like imagine this, Poppy, you're young. Poppy, when he first came on the show, Poppy was a shit talker, this and that. Man, I didn't see Poppy turn into a freaking football person. And I hope I had something to do with that because if the reason I want this is because just imagine you have no choice but to watch ESPN, Fox, NFL Network. You have no choice but to watch. But what you don't really understand is what those people do is they get professional football players to be on their panel and to be analysts for them. And you're listening to the player because the player played football. But the player that just became an analyst. The analysts that really are on the show, they ain't never played football. They ain't never played football.
Hey, Swag, get to your point. I forgot what week it was. I forgot what week it was, but it was when I had the Steeler emblem as my profile. And somebody came up on the panel to try to say something. So they asked me a question about the Steelers. So I broke down the Steelers. So then I think we were on JB's live, and he said something. Somebody asked him something. He was like, "Well, he's like, I came up here to troll." He said, "I came up here to troll Coach because I saw he was a Steelers fan." He said, "But I can't troll him because everything he said is a fact." And he said, "I ain't got nothing to say."
Right, and that's the whole thing we're trying to get you guys to understand. Who is that, Moose? Is that you, Moose?
Yeah, it's me, man. What's happening?
Look, hold on, guys. Hold on a second.
No bloody text on it. There's only one thing. I think you were tempted.
So Moose, you came in at the end of the show because I kind of got to get up. I kind of got to get off the show, but because now is my time. My wife has to go to work, so I'm just telling you guys, when you come on the show and you don't know enough to just get on this panel, or you don't know enough and you're in the audience, this is the time that you can just listen. You listen, you learn, and we ain't 100% right, but it's better than listening to those guys. I just saw a show the other day. Matter of fact, I want to say it was First Take. And I was looking at Ryan Clark, Cam Newton, Stephen A. Smith. And Ryan Clark was saying that the Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl. And Stephen A. came back and said, so you just going to just brush Denver to the side. Like, Denver is not even an issue. You just said the Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl. And the first thing that came to my mind is nobody knows who's going to the Super Bowl. Not one single soul. Nobody.
Hey, Coach, Swag, can I back that what you just said?
Go ahead.
Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark said that same crap yesterday. They got in their feelings because they were still a fan, waving their little turbo towel fans. You know, like I said, like I would, and what they did was prior to their interview and what they was doing, they was reeling in the Texans like, hey, Texas, you still got to be worried about this, worried about that. Then when you get to the actual stadium or with the actual city y'all in, because your feelings got attached to it as them as on the panels, like you said, Swag, it kind of goes that way, just like the fan base. Because they get out there.
Listen, it's really all come down to this. Watch football with an unbiased eye. If you do that, forget about it's your team. It's so funny because my boy Cody, when he watching the game, he takes series, like it'll be a series of what happened, and he take that to that's what's going on in the game. Like, for instance, the Houston Texans had a good series where they was able to run the rock. Like, I've seen teams play where you have a good series where a team can run the rock on you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the team can run the ball on you. It just means they had a good series. I've seen the Chargers do it to the Chiefs 1,000 times. They'll have a drive where they just running the rock. And then they come back on the next drive, they can't run the ball no more because they've adjusted to it. When you see what the Chicago Bears did to Philadelphia Eagles, that's running the ball. Two backs, 100 yards, they running it every single down. That's when somebody's running the ball on you. That's when you can't, you just can't stop it. I've seen Baltimore Ravens do that to people where they just run the ball and you just can't stop it. That's not running the ball. And you have to watch the whole 4 quarters to understand that's not running the ball. If a team can keep another team from getting in the end zone, it doesn't matter if they're running the ball because they can have over 200 yards of rushing and 6 points. Who cares? I mean, all these different things that I hear that some of the young guys make, and then some of the takes are really good, but some of the takes are really, really more biased and they leading with their heart. And that's why they get their feelings hurt when their teams lose. And when their teams lose, then they be on talking trash on social media so much. Now they can't say their face, so they either disappear, change their name, or they shut their mouth. When if you just shut your mouth from the very beginning and watch the game, then you can talk intelligent about the game, and you can be like Coach Coleman or myself or like JB. JB gave up on the Chiefs long before I did. But right after that Houston game, I was done too because there's nothing else I could say at that point. It was over. I mean, we all knew at that point it was over. When they lost to Houston and there was somebody else was in control of their destiny, there's nothing else I can do about that. So when I'm just telling you guys for a reason, because this show is going to grow. And if you want to come to a show that actually talks about football as unbiased as possible, this is the show you want to be on. If you want to go to another show, and we will jump your ass, and I'm just being honest, you was on JB because Not Move Podcast is another one. You can go on that show. I jumped on that show yesterday and somebody came up there with that fandom and we just lit their ass up. And it's not like we dislike them. It's just we see it and we just light you up. You have no knowledge. You can't even say anything about it because we're talking knowledge to you So you can't even come back with that. I mean, so, and that's why I try my best to stay off people panels, because I can't stand hearing that shit. And it ain't real football, although it's what the young people think it is. They get on and they just go back and forth with each other with different stats and this, and that. And then I'm sitting up there saying, ain't nobody talking about who's going to win and why. You're just talking about who's the best at this, who's the best at that. And it's really all subjective. Anyway, guys, I got to go. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Hey, Swag, real quick,
ahead,
Swag. I know I'm late to the show, but with the Eagles game, am I disappointed they lost that game? Absolutely, 110%. Am I surprised? Hell no. The writing's been on the wall all season. And I mean, bottom line is the offense, if it wasn't fixed by week 18, it ain't getting fixed till next season.
It might not get fixed next season, Moose. I'll talk to you about that. I'm gonna have a show about that, because I want to talk about that, but I want to have that show after football season, because we still got so much football left. But anyway, guys, I gotta go. It's your boy Swag. Now,
all right, take it easy.
Thank you.
All you guys, thank you guys. Everybody on the panel, thank y'all so much. In the audience, peace. It's your boy Swag.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.